Day 2 of competition continues here. X Games Chiba 2024. We're in the capital city of the Chiba Prefecture, which has played host to the X Games here now for the 3rd year in a row. Typically, we've been outside the last 2 seasons. This year, we move inside to the Makuhari Messe Stadium. This is men's BMX Park final. Welcome, everyone. Jimmy Coleman here in the booth, as always, sitting alongside Scotty Kramer. And, well, we narrowed the field from 12 yesterday down to 8 going into this final. A couple of standouts that we have to talk about going into this event tonight. Kevin Peraza, competing in all 3 BMX events out here this weekend. He's on a quest to try to take home 3 medals this weekend.
Yeah, so Kevin barely made it into this final. He was actually the last person that got the spot in, but that doesn't mean that he can't get a gold medal in this competition. He ended up doing the flare over the box backwards, and my question is, like, is he gonna send it? Is he gonna do like a flare whip over backwards that we've seen in Best Trick? I wouldn't doubt it.
It's also the return of Logan Martin. We didn't see him competing in Ventura, but he does own 4 gold medals in this event. And then, of course, it's Rim Nakamura from Japan. He was dominant, 7 full points ahead of the competition last night. He was your top qualifier.
Yeah, between both Logan and Rim, they rode absolutely amazing with their own different styles as well. So this is going to be crazy to see how it plays out.
So 8 riders in the field. Marcus Christopher, who's coming off that gold medal performance in Ventura back in July. Brady Baker makes it into his first ever park final here at the X Games. He's got 2 dirt gold medals, so now to see him here in the park finals, that's a big one as well. Justin Dowell, you got Daniel Sandoval, who walked out of this one last year with a gold medal as well. This one is going to be a showdown, and the bonus here tonight, they had 2 runs in the qualifying round, or elimination round, I should say, last night. Tonight, they get a bonus run. It's 3 runs, and it's the best run that counts. That's hopefully going to have you on that podium.
Yeah, 3 runs is absolutely huge when it comes to a park competition, because these guys are going to be able to put down a run, be able to test the waters out there, and as they see the competition goes further on, they're going to keep on turning it up. It's only going to be better for the viewer and us sitting here watching.
Well, they're going to kick it up a notch out here tonight. One thing that we kind of noticed yesterday was a sort of line selection, if you will. I mean, this park course, I mean, for the California Skate Parks crew, they have to design something that suits both the skateboarders as well as the BMXers, and we saw some guys kind of getting lost a little bit last night in their lines, but they've had more time to practice here now that they've narrowed the field down. So look for everyone to kick it up a notch tonight. We started off with Kevin Peraza with a massive transfer to get it going.
Oh, look at that. He went for a 3 down whip to late turn down. 360 double downside tail up, similar to the trick that he did over the box going the other direction. Ooh, nice tail up to table air. So this is a different kind of vibe than Kevin's riding yesterday, but it just goes to show, as much of a veteran as he is, he's making the adjustments to try to find his way up to the top.
Just take it there over the box, trying to land fakie on that one. It just gets blown off the bike with a couple of seconds left in that first run. But as you said, changing up the line a little bit, a different approach than what we saw last night in elimination for KP.
He was looking really good. Now here's that first trick I was talking about, that late turn down right there. I feel like I've never even seen him do that before, but that's Kevin. He's got so many tricks. I'm sure he doesn't even think about stuff when he drops in. It just comes natural to him.
So working off of a 100-point scale tonight, so he's going to check in with a 46.66. That fall definitely hurts him, but remember, 3 runs, best run counts. We'll see what happens in round number 2 as we take our first look at Sydney, Australia's Brandon Lupos, coming off of a silver medal in BMX Dirt back at X Games Ventura. Did well in park at that event as well, but he was just outside the podium, had to settle for 4th back in July.
Yeah, I know he was so happy to be back at the X Games because he's had a couple of years where he was battling injuries, but he looks so good on his bike, and he's so focused, and he's riding so well, and he's got the tricks to get on top of that podium.
Oh, just slipped the pedal coming out of that.
Yeah, it was after the trick, too.
Have to see if we get a replay of that. I don't know what happened there, but that was weird. I mean, he landed, it was riding away, and just in the flat, that foot comes off the pedal.
Yeah,
that was a tough break.
Yeah, I think it was his feet not being on the pedals perfectly, and when he went to go pedal away, I think that his foot jumped off, but you can see this 540 flare, so high. He looks so great on his bike. He's just got to clean up a couple different things, and he could definitely be a threat on the podium.
So a 65 flat for him. Not too bad considering the slip up right there. So we'll look to see more of him in round 2 and 3. Daniel Sandoval, your gold medalist in this event last year. That was his second ever BMX Park gold medal at the X Games.
Wow, I love that double tail up transfer starting things off. We were talking about this in the eliminations. He just has no fear in him when he comes to going at a quarter pipe like as fast as possible, and especially doing the craziest tricks too. Nice truck to downside whip over that small box right there. So a lot of these riders, when they see a box jump like this, they would prefer a bigger one, but they are making the best of the situation.
Just, I mean, the height, maintaining the height throughout this run. I mean, he came out of this thing with a full head of steam and was just blasting in that first 15 seconds.
Yeah, so that doesn't count right there. I just want to clarify that. I spoke with the judges. They said if the buzzer goes off when the front wheel is past the coping of whatever ramp they're riding, that trick will count. So that flare whip that he did was just a bonus. That was just for the crowd. But this is what he started the run off with, a huge double tail up transfer landing into that bowl corner. And then here's a nice carving flare transfer into that big extension.
He went out of the camera shot at that point. I mean, and transferred a good chunk of distance there. We only had one score in the 80s in elimination last night, and it was Rim Nakamura. So here in round 1 in the final, Daniel Sandoval with an 80 flat put him in that top spot as we bring in Virginia Beach, Virginia's Justin Dowell. He is a 2-time silver medalist in this event. One of those came here in his rookie appearance back in 2022.
And look at him, he is bringing some serious tricks. In eliminations, he was waiting till the end to do that 540 whip, and he just did that one in third trick. I love that flare. Look back, using his goofy-footed style to his advantage. And he is known to be a trick machine. He just looks at whatever ramps in front of him, and he finds a trick to fit in there, and multiple. Nice, doing that Twix. That's a tail up and a bar spin simultaneous. The only rider, I promise, you will see doing that today. So that was a good first run right there for Dowell.
Again, changing it up from what we saw at him last night. I said he had 2 silver medals in Park. Both of them came in the 2022 season. His rookie appearance was here at Chiba that year. Then he followed it up with a silver medal at Summer X Games that year.
Yeah, there's that 540 whip I was talking about. It was early on in the run, which was really cool to see. Because as soon as I saw him do that, I knew he was going to do something crazy. And this is it right here.
That's insane.
Yeah. Simultaneous tail whip and a bar spin. They call that the Twix. And he's got that dialed. It's insane.
So an 85 for Justin Dowell. That was better than our top qualifying score last night. So here in round 1 of the finals, you've got 2 scores in the 80s thus far, an 85 and an 80. Justin Dowell moves to the top of the leaderboard as we take our first look here at Brady Baker. Again, 2-time gold medalist in BMX Dirt. This is the first time seeing him in a park competition at the X Games.
Yeah, but he's no stranger to riding skate parks. I've said that in the last stream we did when he qualified in the eliminations. We used to ride my parents' skate park together when I was competing in the X Games, and he was just a younger kid, and he rode so well back then, and he never stopped riding park. It's just, he got a chance for dirt, and he clearly, I mean, he stepped up, and he's become, if not the top dirt rider, one of the most decorated and capable dirt riders there is right now. But whoa, his hand slipped off right away. Wow.
And after all of that too, to have that happen in the final 6 seconds right there, that was shaping up to be a great run for Brady.
Like even when he took off for that truck driver, when things went wrong, like his front wheel was really close to the edge of that volcano, but there's that 360 double tail up over the box backwards. Nice 540 flare on the quarter pipe right there.
That was a good save too, because at real-time speed, it looked like he landed a little low right there and kind of had to tuck into the bars and to keep that one in and ride away from it. So 51 flat, that'll put him in 4th right now, so you need better than a 65 to jump into the medals. But again, to tell the tale of what we saw in qualifying, it was an 83 was the best score, and now you've got Daniel Sandoval with an 80, Justin Dowell with an 85, and you still got your top 3 qualifiers left to go. This is Marcus Christopher.
Yeah, Marcus starting things off similar to what...
Oh my
I was going to say similar, but that was not similar. That was a triple downside tail. He only did a double when he qualified in elimination. So look at that. That was a flare tuck to lay down whip. That was crazy looking.
He didn't even carve on that. He stayed at one perfect axis point in the middle of that entire trick.
I thought he was going the fakie for a second.
I did too. I was like, wait a minute, you're supposed to drift a little bit on that.
Wow, this could be a crazy score. And he lands the 540 flare at the end. What are these judges going to do?
He's picking up where he left off back in Ventura. We thought we told him the story last night in elimination. We thought in Ventura he was going to hold back a little bit with the Olympics looming, and no, he just went nuts right out of the gate.
Yeah, look at, here's that triple down whip, the first freak out that I had in this run. He does them so fast, and he kicks it downside so aggressively. But here it is, the flare tuck. But it looked like he was going to do a flip the fakie, and then he just unwinds. But look how close that was.
Wow. How close he was to the coping on that. My goodness.
Wow.
At 90.33, your Ventura gold medalist moves to the top spot. Again, I'm going to keep repeating this. The best score that we saw in elimination last night was an 83.
Oh, man.
And now we got an 85 and a 90. And again, you've still got your top 2 qualifiers to go.
Oh, this is crazy.
Logan Martin, he owns 4 gold medals in this event.
Wow, what a start. Flip whip over the box backwards. Nice tail up the tabletop.
The height, the perfection on that, the execution.
Yeah, so good to see Logan back at X Games. He's been so dominant over the years, and his ability to ride these concrete skate parks is just, it's second to none, and it honestly has been over the years.
Just look at the flow and the height, the style.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of tricks in so far.
He's packed a lot into this first 35 seconds. I mean, this is the first round. This is the first round of runs of 3, and we've already got an 85 and a 90.33. What is happening right now?
I'm having a hard time imagining how we're gonna score on a 100 scale. Look at this, though. Huge tail up to late tabletop. Look how high he is, and he clicks it and folds his legs perfectly. That was clean. And then here is that double tail up air on that big pull coping quarter pipe, straight into a flare bar to X up.
Yeah.
Very unexpected trick right there, combination.
Yeah, yes, you did. An 86.33, so that'll slide him into a silver medal position. So that'll bump Sandoval out of the top 3. So it's Marcus Christopher, Logan Martin, and Justin Dowell, your top 3. And that gentleman right there was your top qualifier last night. He still has yet to take his first run. It's Kyoto, Japan's Rim Nakamura.
I'm so excited to see how he's going to approach this course today. There's a down whip to late bars from 360.
Kind of overshot the box on that a little bit.
Yeah, he did. You know, I think the excitement levels, too, from watching all these guys just turning it up as much. It's got to be hard to be able to get back on focus, but so far, so good. Look at that flare double bar spin.
Did you see where his back tire was when he landed? Just perfectly under the coping.
But look at him riding back and forth like a half pipe, going so high. He's not pedaling it all. Insane. Nice down whip air. And a flip can-can to end his run right there.
So, I'm going to ask you this. The height was there throughout the run, but at the end, the intensity, I mean, the height was still there, but as far as trick selection was concerned, it kind of tapered off.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Yeah, I totally agree. Things were looking really good at times, but yeah, he went over and did like a straight air on that one quarter pipe. But when you see the guys riding as aggressively as they are in the competition so far, you're going to have to trick everything nonstop. But like you said, there are 3 runs for everybody.
So Marcus Christopher just blows me away, the 90.33. Then Logan Martin sitting in that silver medal spot. Justin Dowell looking at a bronze as of right now. So the judges having a discussion about this one as it takes a little while for the score to come in. There you go, an 85.66, so that'll overtake Justin Dowell, and that'll put him in the medals as of right now.
Yeah, and think about it. We were just talking about how we could see him adding things to that run, so this is going to get real interesting.
So there's a shot of your current leader. He took the gold medal in Ventura after round 1. He sits in the top spot for now. We've still got 2 more rounds of runs to go before we hand out medals. We'll have more when we return to X Games Chiba. Day 2 of competition continues here. X Games Chiba 2024 as we get set to bring you round 2 of 3 here in BMX Park Final. It's been an exciting first round. We saw a high score of 83 yesterday for the top qualifying spot, but here in the first round in the finals, we saw Marcus Christopher jump to the top of the leaderboard with a 90.33, followed by Logan Martin and your top qualifier, Rim Nakamura.
Oh, man. That's all I gotta say.
The look on your face right now just says it all, and that deep breath, just that sigh you just took.
Oh, I'm such a fan of the sport, and I just get so excited that I get to sit here and watch this play out.
Kevin Peraz, as we mentioned in round 1, competing in all 3 BMX events here in Chiba this weekend.
Yeah, and Kevin brings such an original style and flow to this course. He had that one flare over the box backwards that didn't go well. And I'm sure he's gonna clean it up. I'm sure he's gonna add stuff to it. This is gonna be fun. Nice little transfer over the hip. Like I said in the first run, he's definitely switching up the line.
Again! Which is uncharacteristic for him on that trick, because it's usually muddy for him.
You know what's crazy? It's like, this is what you would expect that trick not to work every try, but when Kevin does it, you just expect it to work, which is crazy. What an awesome angle, though, showing that tabletop
thinking the same
transfer.
thing. That's a perfect shot for that transfer.
Yeah. Look at that 3 double downside tail whip over the box jump. Yeah, that flare transfer just landed a little bit too hard on the back wheel right there.
Yes, well, you've got one more crack at it there, Kevin. Again, trying to take home a full set of hardware out here this weekend. He walked away from X Games Ventura with 3 medals. He had 2 gold and a silver back in July. We'll talk more about a record he's potentially chasing out here this weekend. But right now, we turn our attention to run number 2 here for Brandon Lupos.
Yeah, he had one random bobble that was in his first run that ruined everything for him. I'm just hoping he can clean this one up and we get a nice full pull and get some crazy tricks. So far, so good. He's looking really smooth.
Yeah, coming out of the box jump in that first run, he just slipped a pedal.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
I think it was that pedal that got him last time. His foot wasn't in the right spot. Oh, nice flare double tail whip. He did that one in his second elimination run, and that's what got him into the finals. Nice 540 flare right there.
It's that one in before the buzzer, so we know that that 65 is going to be going away. That has him in 6th pre-run. The question is, where is that going to slide him into the mix? You need better than an 85.66 right now to jump into the medals.
Yeah, so let's look at his highlights right here. 720 over the box backwards. And then here is that 540 flare out of that big quarter extension. Landing it perfect right there. And then here is that flare double tail whip. Such a crazy, difficult trick to do.
It's like a VIP seating row right there overlooking the deck. I don't think those people had any idea the enormity of what just happened right in front of them right there. They got the up-close and personal view of Brandon Lupos.
Awesome.
So an 83.66, so that'll slide in between Justin Dowell and Daniel Sandoval, but not enough to jump up into the top 3, so he's gonna have to focus on that 3rd and final run. Daniel Sandoval owns 8 X Games medals, 5 of them in park, 3 of them in park best trick. Of those 5 park medals, 2 of them happen to be gold.
I think we just got the triple from him on that one. Nice. I love that tail blade tuck no-hander. Oh, he is flying right now, adding so many different tricks compared to his first run. Truck down whip over the box, a very small box jump. These guys are having a hard time being able to bring speed into it and keep it going.
Coming down to the final 10 seconds here for Daniel.
Oh, leg double whip of his own.
Oh, and on that volcano.
Yeah, that's a rare hit.
Yeah, that thing's massive.
Wow.
That thing's almost as tall as the vert ramp.
So
And,
there's,
and you don't have a lot of room to work with on that thing.
it's super steep, and you know, it was a rare line. We haven't seen anybody do that one. Now, the big question is, I don't know exactly when that buzzer went off. I don't know if that last trick counted or not. The judges are going to have to figure that one out. But let's look at his highlights. Look at 1, 2, 3 tail whips over that hip. He was going so high out of that one. And then here is that flare double tail whip. Wow,
Just
landing in there perfect.
Right under the coping on that one.
And then here's that 540 flare at the end. And like I said, I know what they told me for the rules. They said that the front wheel has to leave coping or be past coping for it to count. I don't know where that happened.
So we had an 80 in the first run. It's only good enough for 6th at this point after what we saw out of Martin. 89, so that'll jump him all the way up from 6th into silver.
Wow.
So now your top qualifier from elimination sits on the outside. See Ryan Williams looking on, who we will see in Park Best Trick tomorrow. Wow, Daniel Sandoval, your gold medalist from this event last year at BMX Park, now looking at a silver medal potentially. Justin Dowell was in the top 3. He now slides to that 5th place position.
Triple truck right into that beautiful 540 no-hander. Whoa! 540 bars for the down whip. That was so clean.
That was just so just
the
slow
twist,
rotation how
yeah.
he did it. It was so
Yeah, I said it earlier.
perfect.
Being a goofy-footed rider and being able to have those down whips on lock like that, you can do some very creative tricks, and he took full advantage right there. And look at that, 540. Wow.
Oh, no! After all of that, and he just slides up. And you can see the streak of sweat that he just let on the bottom of the course. And that's, I'm going to bring this up. There's an excessive heat warning there in Chiba. And if you're thinking right now, well, what difference does that make? Because they're inside. It is 67% humidity in that building right now. So it is definitely brutal for all of these competitors here today.
Look at that down whip out of that. That was so clean. Everything was going so good for Justin because he saw his competitors going up and getting all these high scores. He knew he had to turn it up. He did the right move, and he just came down at the end and just fell over.
You can see a little disappointed right there as he looks at the replay monitor. But again, 3 runs. This is round 2. If you're just joining us, it is the best run that counts. So he's in 5th, down but not out for now. We get to set to take our second look at Brady Baker.
Yeah, Brady starting things off with that 360 double whip, which I love over that box backward. That's such a hard trick. Cash roll, first one we have seen in the competition today. Look at Brady flowing around the park. He does this so well. The local skate park that he rides in Lake Havasu, he rides that park amazing. It's a concrete skate park, so I was not surprised to see him just show up here and naturally have amazing lines. But he's got the tricks. He's just got to put it together. Nice double truck, and he actually crashed on that one. So let's see what he can end with right here, and that is going to count.
That will, based off of what we were told by Van Hoven, our head judge, as far as the timing, that last one will count. So as you mentioned, he did have a crash in that first run. That's why he's got a 51, and it's got him down in 7th.
Yeah, that was a really good run for Brady.
Keep mentioning his 2 dirt gold medals. He also has a silver from Dirt Best Trick in Ventura this year as well.
Yeah, so here's that cash roll right there, which, I mean, if you have seen Brady before in the dirt, you've seen him do so many combinations with that. If the box jump was a little bit bigger, I'm sure we would have seen a cash roll tail whip.
So it's got to be better than an 86.33 to get you to the medal, so an 81.66. So that will improve the score, but not the placing. He will stay in 7th.
Yeah, awesome showing for Brady's first park competition here at X Games.
So here in round 2, we're down to our top 3 qualifiers. This gentleman right now happens to be in the top spot. He posted up a 90.33. This is Marcus Christopher. Look how fast he goes with that opposite
I was
carve.
just gonna bring it up. Oh, it's straight into that triple down whip again. Keeping things going. He's got such a crazy pump. I mean, you could just tell he was an aggressive racer.
And there it is again.
I love that trick.
It's so wild because it looks like he's going to fakie. Yeah. He doesn't carve on that trick.
Nice. Flip double whip that time, but landing a little bit low. Like I said, squeezing these big tricks into that little box jump is super hard. You could do it, but it's going to be really hard to get that big trick, but also fit it into that ramp. And that was super difficult to see him get that rotation around. It looked like he was trying the best he could, but look at that triple downside tail up air. And then here's that backflip double tail up. Like I said, it's a huge trick, but you're trying to fit it into that ramp. Very hard to do.
Yeah, so this will be a throwaway for him, obviously with the 90.33 from round one. But again, did you see how fast he was going on that opposite carve?
Yeah.
It's scary to see how fast he goes through that corner, and he's going towards that one quarter pipe. It's like...
Racer at heart, for sure.
Makes me nervous. Logan Martin sitting in a potential bronze medal position with an 86.33 from round number one.
If you know Logan, that is not good enough right there for him. I love that tail up to late tabletop, and he's riding this course so well. Nice 720 bar spin. So he's gonna do it all this speed right here. Woo! Triple whip. Look at straight into it. Wow. That's definitely an upgrade compared to the last run.
Yeah, to link those two things up like that, that's definitely a change up from what we saw.
Oh, no!
Come on! A double flare at the end of your run. Look at it, just you see the pump going over the box. I was like, yeah.
Wow, that was super clean.
You know, we keep talking about how he's a 4-time gold medalist in this event. He also took gold at the first ever BMX Park at the Olympics. He was hard charging for the Olympics this year, and he had a rough go all season long. It didn't work out the way he wanted to at the Olympics.
This is going to be crazy. Here's that double flare that we completely lost it on. Perfect. Look at him. He landed it so clean. Look at him.
He's talking the whole way across the flat. Yeah, and we didn't see him in Ventura because of the Olympics, and at 92.33. Wow. He takes over the top spot. Oh my goodness. So now it's Logan Martin, Marcus Christopher, and Daniel Sandoval here with one more rider to go here in round number 2. Remember, it's 3 rounds of runs here in the final. They only got 2 in elimination last night. That is Rim Nakamura looking on. He currently sits on the outside looking in right now after what we saw out of Daniel Sandoval.
Oh, here we go. 3 down with the bar. Wow, I love that. Bar spin, the bar spin back to bar spin. Rim has got a very action-packed run going so far. Like we said earlier, everything was going good in his last run. He just needs to keep the tricks going. Wow! Flare double bar to late turn down. How can he do these combinations so fast?
How do you have the hang time to cram all that into one trick?
Oh my goodness. Oh,
that
triple bar spin, yup.
3 times around on the bar spin.
Wow, it's going good at last hit though.
Oh!
3 whip to down whip. Oh my goodness, Jimmy, what are they gonna do with this scoring right here?
I feel for the people in that judging booth.
Oh, this is crazy.
Who cares about the 67% humidity? What?
That was
There's still another round to go.
That was crazy. Look at the trick so that he squeezes into this one. That was the last trick right there. 3 whip and then stopped it with his foot. Kick that late down whip. Here's that triple bar spin air. Landing everything so smooth on that run too. Oh, I love that trick. And he did that at the end, very last bit of his run right there. What's it going to be though?
85.66 in round 1. He was, he's in the 90s at 91.33. He's going to overtake Marcus Christopher. Remember, the best score we saw in elimination was an 83 yesterday. Now we've got 3 scores in the 90s, and there's still a 3rd and final round to go.
Oh, this is insane to watch.
That'll bump Daniel Sandoval out of that top 3. That was your current leader going into this round. He now finds himself sitting in the number 2 position. But man, what a finish here in round number 2. Logan Martin sitting in the top spot for now. Can he hang on? We'll have the conclusion when we return. Welcome back, everyone, inside the Makuhari Messe Stadium here as day 2 of X Games Chiba 2024 continues. BMX Park final here in round 2. You saw that gentleman right there. 4-time BMX Park gold medalist Logan Martin jumped up into the top spot with a 92.33. We saw some big scores in round 1, and then round 2, everybody just upped the ante. We saw that leaderboard change for the top 3. So now it's Logan Martin, Rim Nakamura, and Marcus Christopher sitting in gold, silver, and bronze, respectively. But hold on, everyone. It's far from over. This dogfight continues because it's the 3rd and final run, and it is the best run that counts, Scotty.
Oh, I just can't believe like what we just saw in run number 2 right there. It's just crazy to think that these guys are going to have another chance to outdo themselves.
Well, we saw some heavy hitters as far as tricks, and speaking of that, those 2 gentlemen that you just saw right there, some heavy hitters in the world of BMX. That was Jamie Bestwick on the left, and that was Ryan Williams on the right. Ryan, who you will see tomorrow, BMX Park best trick. But we start off the 3rd and final round here with Kevin Peraza.
So Kevin has a crash on the same trick 2 runs in a row, which is very rare for Kevin. But listen, if anybody can show up and brush it off, it's Kevin Peraza.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see when we get to that part of the run, how he's gonna handle this one.
Yeah, that's why you see him down in that 8th position there with that score of 47 on the same trick, both runs, which, as you said, just very uncharacteristic.
Here we go.
There we time's
go.
the charm. Look at that
He's
smile.
got that one, yeah. Oh, nice. Doing that half cap tail up over the box jump. Oh, no.
So I said in his last run that he's chasing after a historic note this weekend. He got 3 medals at the last X Games in Ventura. He's in 3 events this weekend. If he can walk out of here with 2 medals, he would tie Rob Adelberg of Moto X fame for 5 medals in 1 season. Rob Adelberg did that in the 2018 season. So that was the history note I was talking about in the last round.
Oh, wow, that's so crazy to think. I mean, it just shows how dominant Kevin has been lately on his bike, but look at this. Love seeing him just being able to be Kevin Peraza. And definitely just so happy to see him land that flare. That one was stressing me out.
Yeah, I mean, he usually nails that trick every time, so to see him fall on it once, like, okay, but then 2 runs in a row, you're like, what's going on here? So 77.33. These fans just love Kevin Peraza. And I mean, the last 2 years in Ventura, what a performance he's had. 3 medals, both years in Ventura.
Absolutely. I love that he was pointing to the Pat Casey Forever on the back of his helmet as he's showing us right now. Fellow BMX rider, BMX legend that we lost, and he will never be forgotten.
So we move on to the 3rd and final run here for Brandon Lupos. 83.66. His best run thus far, only good enough for 6th place as of right now.
Oh, that was cool. That was definitely an add-on from run number 1, doing that 720 bar spin over that box backwards. Nice 540 flare. So Lupos, he needs to get some big tricks to be able to contend. He's gonna have to put a huge... yeah.
He didn't like that landing with 16 seconds.
Yeah, he was doing the flip double whip in run number 1 and number 2, and sometimes you just gotta just wave it off and just choose your battles wisely. You know, what's the point of risking it if you know you've already messed up your run? So you gotta play it smart. But I love that 720 bar spin that he did over the box jump backwards. It's supposed to go the other way around, but not in 2024. These guys are just taking it to the next level. There's that 540 flare, and like things were going really good until he got to that box jump hit right there. But great to see him back on the bike and back at X Games.
Yeah, you know, and to his point, back in Ventura, he walked away with a silver medal in dirt, so, you know, just glad to see him back in the mix, and congratulations on making the final out here tonight. Didn't work out the way that he wanted it to. We move on to Daniel Sandoval. Now, Daniel was in the top 3. He was looking at a bronze medal.
Yeah.
Now he's just on the outside looking at an 89.
Yeah, and he was
look at the
great.
grouping.
He was looking so good in the 2nd run, and I know he's got some crazy tricks. There's that triple tail whip.
Just landed a little low, and that kind of ruined the flow there, but a good recovery here. Lots of time left.
Oh, nice double bar spin flare over that hip. That was definitely an upgrade from the previous run. Nice 3 whip, 2 down whip out. Another 3 down whip over the box backwards. One of his signature moves. Whoa, looks like another flared double bar spin right there. Oh, and a front flip flare to end things right there. I love that trick. It looks like it defies the laws of physics. When he goes up the ramp, it's like, it's so strange looking. To me, like when I see it at first, I'm like, what's happening? it's something you like don't get used to.
Yeah, just
that rotation.
To pop into that and to pull away from the lip to get the rotation to do that.
Yeah, it seems impossible.
Look at the grouping with 89 and then a 90.33. I mean, the top 4 scores, I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, compared to eliminations yesterday, I mean, these guys are just riding at such a high level right now.
Again, to tell that tale, I mean, between first and second in eliminations last night, it was a 7-point differential.
Yeah, it was huge, and now it's back to back.
The gap between first and second was 7 points, which was also the gap between second and 11th last night.
So
overall, out of the 12. And now, like, we're separated by outside of first and second. That's a full point, but everybody, and full point from second to third, but then it's like, it's tenths of a point after that.
Yeah, but you can just see from Daniel's run, he knew he had to turn it up because everybody is riding at such a crazy level right now. And it's hard on this course to be able to turn it up at that level. It's crazy to think that we've had so many different lead changes on this course because it's very difficult to ride.
See Garrett Reynolds looking on in the background there. We will see Garrett on the street course tomorrow for day 3 of competition here in Chiba. But right now, it's all about Justin Dowell here for the next 40 seconds.
Yeah, everything was going really well in his second run. Nice, he's got that 540 bar to down whip out. Nice double tail up air. There's that Twix, that tail up bar spin. Nice backflip double bar spin over the box.
It's the
540 tail whip and the 540 flare, which is very rare for him to do. That was an action-packed run right there.
To do those 2 tricks at the end of the run.
Yeah, a lot of energy. You know, these runs, for as long as they are, imagine doing like a full sprint while you're going like over these crazy obstacles. Like when I used to compete, like doing runs like this, it was so hard to finish with something big. And the fact that he's finishing with a 540 flare, a trick that he rarely does, that was huge. That was a really good run for Justin.
So the best run that he'd had so far was an 85 flat. That's only good enough for 5th, as you can see right there underneath his name with the graphic. You need better than a 90.33. You're jumping into the medals, which as we get deeper into this, you got Brady Baker coming up next, and then the guys in the top 3 spots were your top 3 qualifiers. Wow, they're just in a different arrangement than they finished out last night.
It's crazy, like, and I'm sitting here trying to think of what this run's gonna be because it was nuts.
That'll get him a full point improvement on the score, but not the placing. You see, a little frustrated there, but he's gonna have to settle for 5th. Your current leader on the right there, Logan Martin, looking on. But on course right now, 3rd and final run here for Brady Baker.
What's Brady going to add to this run? I'm not sure. He's got that cash roll again. He's squeezing over that little box jump. I would love to see Brady be able to up his run. I know that would mean a lot to him. Things went a little bit weird on that bar spin, the bar spin back.
Yeah,
weird lean.
He kind of leveled off and just kind of dropped
Yep.
to the last bit of the transition.
Yeah, it's really important that when you're doing an air trick, you keep your lean on that shoulder, and he ended up just, you know, kind of leveling out and standing upright. But nonetheless, awesome to see Brady on the park course out here. And I'm excited to see in the future how Brady, you know, switches up his riding from being a dirt rider to being a consecutive, consistent park rider as well. Yeah, here's that 360 double tail up over that box backwards. That was super clean. There's that cash roll. I love where he puts that tabletop lean in there. Super stylish.
So an 81.66, that'll be his best run from earlier. Keep him in 7th place. So with 3 riders left to go, our podium has already been determined. The question now is, which order are they going to stand? Because all you've got left is Marcus Christopher, Logan Martin, and Rim Nakamura, your top 3 qualifiers from last night. They just shuffled it up a little bit from the elimination round.
This is crazy. I'm so excited right now.
So here comes your Ventura gold medalist, Marcus Christopher, in for his 3rd and final attempt. And again, look at the speed and the height.
Wow, things are looking really good. He's got the tricks, Jimmy. He's just got to be able to execute all of them in a row right now. Oh, that was so clean. The hands were way off the handlebars compared to his other ones. There's that flip whip over the box. 10 seconds left. He's got to be able to finish strong to be able to move higher up.
Time to squeeze one more in.
540 flare, and he's trying to squeeze a look back there. Wow.
I mean,
that would have been cool.
You know, to tell his story too, I mean, you go back to Ventura in 2023 in Park. I think it was the first round of runs. He had a terrible crash that stopped the competition for a while and had multiple fractures in his face, and then comes back. Everyone thought he was going to kind of take it easy a little bit with the Olympics looming, and he just went completely mental in that first round, wins gold.
Oh, I love this trick. Oh, it's so crazy. What an awesome... It's just crazy to think that he goes and does that backflip no-hander, and then there's a tail whip coming out of it. But look at that, he was trying to squeeze that look back in at the end, but he wasn't able to completely click it right there. And he knew it too, right when he landed. He was like, oh, so close.
So he's gonna have to stick with the 90.33. So your Ventura gold medalist is gonna walk out of Chiba with a bronze. So now it all comes down to those 2 gentlemen right there.
Oh,
Logan
man.
Martin on your left, your current leader. Your top qualifier on your right, Rim Nakamura, who gets to ride last. It all comes down to these last 2 runs for the gold.
I was thinking in my head, like, well, how's Logan gonna go about this run? Like, after doing what he just did. But when you have Rim, who is riding as good as he has, you know you can't rely on that 1-point lead. And so far, he is delivering. Cranking on over. Wow. Things started out, oh, he wasn't able to throw that bar spin on that flare right there. Oh, so it looks like that 92.33.
That's gonna have to do it.
Whoa.
If it's gonna. So now it comes down to Rim Nakamura. I mean, you're in your home country. You're the top qualifier yesterday, and now you get to ride last. You're looking at a silver medal. It's a 1-point difference.
Just think about it, that crowd, those are all his people right
exactly.
now. That energy is going to be crazy. Dropping on in. But look at Logan doing that beautiful tail up to lay tabletop. Love that 720 cork bar spin. Look at that tail up, started out slow, but yep, 3 were coming around on that one. But we gotta talk about Rim. It's now or never right now for him. I am so curious to see what tricks he's going to try to squeeze into this run to be able to get on top of that podium right now.
Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity there in Japan. He's all over commercials and ads in the country. But he's a 2-time Olympian. He says, walk down the street, people recognize him and they stop and say hello. Well, guess what? You've got an entire arena full of people cheering you on. You're in your home country. You're the top qualifier. You get to ride last. Can Rim Nakamura get it done?
All right, here we go, Jimmy. So far, so good. Nice. Starting things off just like he did the last time. Nice triple whip. Oh, he's waving it off. Rim, you should have kept on going.
That's unfortunate. That means Logan Martin is going to take the gold.
Wow, I mean, the truth is, when I saw Logan's name on that list, I was so excited to see him back here at X Games, and he showed up with a vengeance. That was epic. What an amazing park competition we just watched.
Yeah, and again, I mean, It's been an uncharacteristic year for Logan. He had an injury to his left foot back in April this year. He tore a ligament in his big toe, and he had bone bruising and inflammation.
Come on, yes. Number 6, let's go.
And he finds himself back at the top spot here at the X Games. That is his 5th Park gold. His 6th X Games gold overall. He owns one in dirt as well. Rim Nakamura with his 2nd ever medal. He owns a silver in this from 2019. And Marcus Christopher, that is his 3rd Park medal. He owns a gold.
What an amazing day for Logan. He rode so well on this course, so much power. And here's the one that sealed the deal, that double flare at the end of his run. Watch his facial expression when he's riding away right now. Right away, he knew. So cool.
Yeah, and his reaction says it all throughout this entire competition.
What a contest.
Exactly. See, I knew he wasn't done talking. I just wanted to lay out. I just wanted to hear his reaction. Oh my God! I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better Park final, Scotty.
Oh, that was so much fun. I was so excited all day because I knew it was going to be epic, and that completely lived up to my expectations and beyond.
It was a hard-fought battle here in Chiba, inside the arena, but when it's all said and done, Logan Martin walks away with the gold, his 5th BMX Park gold, his 6th total overall at the X Games.